All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, everyone. It is another beautiful day, and I am excited to be with you. Sorry, I jumped on a little bit late today. Had some technical challenges, but nevertheless, we're gonna work through it. I'm really excited about I've been traveling through this teaching series with you on the topic of focus. And it's been a great series. I've gotten lots of fantastic feedback. So I'm looking forward to the master class, which is coming up on this Saturday, July 25th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I encourage you to register. I've got some great stuff. Hey, good morning, Regina. I see you, my friend. Good morning. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well, and that things are good in for you and your family. So, good morning, everyone. If you're with me this morning, just go ahead and put a comment in the chat so that I know that you're with me. I'm going to get kicked off in just a moment, but it's good to see so many people jumping on. So, if you're here, just type a comment so I know that you're there. And I'm really, really looking forward to what I'm going to cover today. This is going to be a very, very, very short lesson. I've got a lot to unpack, but I'm going to do it quickly. And I expect that this is going to take me 30 minutes. Uh, this lesson that I'm going to cover today is really something that I want you to think about. Okay, it's some things that I really, really want to think about. And what I'm going to be covering today, again, we're keeping this the theme of focus. We're going to be talking about focus matters. That's really what I want to talk about. And Regina, Kendra and I are doing well. Thanks for asking. She is trying to keep the children at bay while I deliver this teaching today. So thanks for asking. So yeah, so we're talking about focus today, and the fact that focus matters. The reason that focus matters, friends, is that what you focus on expands. Hey, Kamika, good morning, my friend. What you focus on expands. And it's really important for you to understand, and we all need to understand that where our focus goes, our energy flows. And so what I want to talk about today is from this idea of focus. Now today, we're going to be talking specifically about finances, but here let's go ahead and let's jump in. So so friends, a few weeks ago, some time ago, I tuned into a teaching, kind of like you guys are tuning in right now. You're watching me, and the speaker and the teacher was a pretty famous person. And you know he took a moment, and he sort of looked out at everyone and said, he asked us he said he wanted to ask us a really simple question. And to be honest, it's a question that, since he asked me that question, I've never stopped thinking about it. I thought about it all throughout the presentation that he gave, and even after it was over and I went home, I thought about it all night, because it really made me uncomfortable. And I think the reason it made me uncomfortable is because I really wasn't secure in the answer that I had to the question. And the question that he asked was a very simple question, and here's what it was. The question he asked is, what is the primary cause for your results? What's the primary cause for your results? And so, since that question, since it bothered me, I figured I would start off today by asking you that same question. What's the primary cause for your results? Hmm? You thought about that? What's the primary cause for your results? See, here's the thing. Results don't lie. Results don't lie. If you think about it, I'm willing to bet that when you think about your life, and I know that there's some things that you have done that you're proud of, some things that you feel really good about, but by the same token, I also know that there's some things that even up until now you've left undone, and that you may not be so proud of, right? If you're like most people, there's some things that you are feeling good about, and there's some things that I probably could have done a little bit better there. So when you think about your life right now, that's the question on the table is, when you think about your life right now, what is the primary cause of your results? And when the speaker asked the question, he he stepped back and he was quiet for what seemed like an eternity. And he said, and here's what he said. He said that if you don't know the answer to that question, if you don't know what the primary cause of your results is, how are you ever going to change your results? How are you ever going to change your life if you have no idea what the primary cause of your results are? Now, you know, if you think about it, look at your life right now. If you think about your life as it exists today, are you happy that this is as good as it gets? That this is all you're ever going to be? If your life today, as it exists in this current form, if it never changed, would you be happy? Are you satisfied with your results? And listen, when I ask myself that question, because listen, I don't, anything I teach, I don't exempt myself from, right? Like I'm teaching this, and it cuts both ways. Just like I'm sharing this with you. When I look at that question, that if my life today, if today was the day that I got to the other side of my last heartbeat, would I be satisfied with the life that I lived? If this was all, if I and let's look at it from another perspective. If I were to live, or you were to live for another 50 years, and the content of your life right now as it is today is exactly the way that it would be in the future, would you be satisfied? Would you be happy? And you know what? When I ask myself that question, the answer is no. I wouldn't be, because there's more that I want to accomplish. There's more desire in me, right? There are things that I want to do that I have not yet done. And I bet that if you're honest, the same thing's probably true for you. There are probably some things that you want to accomplish that you haven't accomplished yet, some territory that you want to take, right? And so when you really think about that, the thing that most people don't understand is that today matters. My mentor, Dr. John C. Maxwell, he has a book by the same title, as a matter of fact. I'm actually teaching a few concepts from that today. And the book is called Today Matters, because the truth is that everyone wants to have a successful life, but many people have like really serious misconceptions about success. So as you look at it today, think about this. Like, what does it take to have a successful life, and how does today impact tomorrow's success? You see, because most people, and I know this, I'm generalizing, but most people have misconceptions about success. Some people think that it's this mystical thing. Some people think success comes from luck. You just happen to be at the right place at the right time, and then boom, success hits you. Some people feel like success comes from productivity, so they're working all the time, right? Some think it comes from opportunity. Some people think it comes from connections. Some people think that it comes from events. But the key thing that you have to understand, that you and I have to understand, and really, this is the big idea today, right? This is the big idea, that the idea is that how you live today impacts your tomorrow. One of the things that John says that I really love is that you never change your life until you change something that you do every day. So we want more out of life. We all want to be thinner, wealthier, happier. We want loving relationships, but nothing changes until we change something that we do daily. And so that is what I wanted. That's the big idea for the lesson today, is when you look at your life, how does today's success impact tomorrow? Because what I find is that most of us have an expectation that our salaries are going to go up, our income's going to go up, our net worth is going to go up. We have an expectation to have better relationships, right? We have an expectation that we're going to have more love and a happy family, and we have all these expectations. And the thing about expectations is that expectations presumes upon the future. It means that you are hoping for something better to come about in your life. But here's the thing, friends, that one of the things that I really want you to understand, particularly when it comes to your finances, is that hope is not a strategy. Let me make that big for you. Matter of fact, let me just get off the screen so you can see it. Write this down. Hope is not a strategy. If you want your life to change, you have to change something that you do every single day. And so if you want things to be better, then you got to look at what you're doing today. So where is your focus for today? Because here's what I wanted to tell you, that focus matters. And how you focus on today matters. How you're investing your energy today matters. The people you surround yourself with matters. The books that you read matters. The social media that you spend your time on, how you use your time, all of it matters. Yeah. Friends, hope is not a strategy. And if you want more out of life, you've got to do something different with where you're planting your focus. See, it's not an accident that for the last 3 weeks, all I did was I taught about how to recapture your focus. It's not an accident. It's because the way that you get results in your life, the way that you see your life transform and change isn't based on hope. It's based on decisions that you make today that you actually are intentional about living into. It's your decisions. It's your decisions that you make. It's not the conditions and circumstances that you find yourself in. And I know you'd like to believe that. I know you'd like to believe that you've just gotten a bad break in life. I know that your situation may be difficult. It may be less than ideal. I know you may not have come from the right family or had the best circumstances, but you control the outcome of your life according to the decisions that you make and your capacity to live into those decisions. Let me say that one more time. You control your life to the degree that you make decisions, and then you have the capacity, you're intentional about living into those decisions. Let me share a quick video. I think I can make the point a little bit better with this video. Pay attention here.
Oh, hello, boys and girls. Tony Horton for the next level.
Next level.
I want you to improve. I want you to get better. I want you to be the very, very best. So now it's time to get busy. Just call 1-800-GIDDY-UP. Here we go. Arr.
You know what? I made the decision to get in shape.
Hey man, thanks for the sweatbands.
You're welcome. Hey, did you hear? I made a decision to get into shape.
Making a decision is step 0. Taking action is step 1.
Isn't that so good? How many times have we made decisions? How many times? Listen, at the beginning of this year, you made some decisions. The challenge is that making the decision is not enough. That you've got to take action, and you've got to take action every single day. So that's what we're talking about today. Your focus is really important, and where you plant your focus each and every day, not just focus in general, but where you focus on today matters. Let me show you why. Because life is a ripple effect. Every decision that you make impacts something else in your life. And so there's a ripple effect to every single decision. There's a ripple effect to every single point of indecision. So what you choose to focus on and where you plant your focus in the moment matters. And it matters when it comes down to you making decisions to take action every single day. So here's the thing. When your focus is on today and you're not just hoping for tomorrow, what you do is you prepare. You prepare. So today's preparation is equal to tomorrow's success. Today's preparation equals tomorrow's success. See, here's the thing. When you have, let me make that big for you so you all can see it in case you're taking notes. When you are preparing today, when you've got a mindset to prepare, because successful people prepare. When you have a mindset to prepare, you know what you do? You focus on today. You don't just focus on tomorrow. When you are success minded and success oriented, you understand that what you don't do today, you end up having to repair tomorrow. So you're either preparing or you're repairing. So if you want to be successful, and by the way, friends, I'm going to angle this through finances in just a moment. So hang on tight with me. I'm just setting this up for you. When you are focused on today, what you're doing is you are increasing your efficiency. See, when you don't prepare today, you end up losing time because you have to go back tomorrow. When you spend time preparing today, you have greater confidence, right? I can think of, let me give you an example to make this practical. So when I went to college, by the way, I graduated from Morehouse College, so the house. When I went to college, here's the thing. There were times when I had to study. Many of you have gone to school, and you know that is no secret. And when I left the work for the last minute, when I left my studying and my preparation for the last minute, you know what happened? It resulted in all-nighters. How many of you have done some all-nighters when you went to college? If you've done some all-nighters, just put a comment in the chat. Let me know that I'm not the only person that in college did this last-minute habit, right? So I even though I might have had plenty of time, I knew the test was coming, I had the syllabus, but somehow the night before is when I decided I was going to start picking up and studying. And so I'm cramming, I'm up all night, I'm slamming Coca-Colas to try to stay awake. And you know what? When I walked into the exam, when I walked into the classroom to take the exam, do you think I felt confident? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I see some people raising their hands. So I'm not the only one. Thanks for not leaving me out here by myself. But the thing is, when you go to take the exam, you don't have confidence. You're on pins and needles. You're almost dreading it, probably biting your fingernails when you're taking the exam because you don't have confidence because you didn't prepare well. And the truth is that it probably took you more time. I spent a whole night being awake, dragging myself to the classroom, tired, trying to remember what I just crammed the night before. And it was inefficient, and it wasn't a successful strategy. Now, there's sometimes I made it through that. But ask me what I learned on the other side of taking that exam. You couldn't ask me anything. 10 minutes after taking the exam, I couldn't tell you anything because all I did was a data dump, right? And so here's the thing. When we're not preparing, when we're preparing, we save money, but when we're repairing, we end up having to spend more money, right? So the thing is, preparing means that we pay now for tomorrow, but when you're in repairing mode, you're paying now for yesterday. And so preparation, focusing on today, takes you to a higher level. But when you are not focused on today, when you're living in the expectation and hope is your strategy, it really is an obstacle for your growth and your development. So here's the thing that I want you to understand, friends, and this is particularly important when it comes down to money. One today is worth 2 tomorrows. That's what Ben Franklin said. Because what I am to be, I am becoming. One today is worth two tomorrows. Think about that for a second. So all those things that you've been putting off, think about the decisions that you know that you need to make. Think about especially when it comes to your finances and your money, right? What decisions had you been meaning to make that you have not yet made? Is it to fix your credit? That's a good one. How about to pay off the debt? How about to get a systematic plan for investing your money? To plan for tomorrow, to be kind to the older version of yourself. Because as you know, listen, if I turn my face right here, look, I got some grays right now. I didn't have these grays, at least not this many. I didn't have them 10 years ago. So with each day by day that's going on, I'm getting older. And if I'm not thinking about the older version of Damian Johnson, guess what? When I get there, he's going to be upset at the decisions that the younger version made or didn't make. For some of you, it could be, is it time for you to get a life insurance policy? What does it look like for you in your life? What are the decisions that you need to make today and take action on? Because remember, in the video we just watched, it says making a decision is step one. Making a decision is step 0. Taking action is step 1. So what decisions do you need to make and then commit to living into, particularly as it relates to your money? Are you being wise and truly loving to the people that you're responsible to and for? Listen, I'm married. I've got 2 daughters. And I have 1, 4, 1, 2, and I've got a 6-week-old son, right? If I did not have a life insurance policy, I would consider myself irresponsible. There was a time when I didn't, though, right? So all I'm saying is that the decisions that you make today are going to have an impact on your tomorrow. So your focus needs to be on the here and now. Because yesterday ended last night and tomorrow isn't here. The truth is that the tomorrow doesn't really exist. All we have is the ever-present today. Okay. Hi, Annalie.
Mommy has ice cream.
Okay. Can you ask mommy to help you with that so I can finish teaching?
May I have some ice cream?
No, baby, you can't have ice cream. Avi, do you have ice cream? I'm sorry, guys. Let me have this ice cream. Okay, please go out and close my door. That's how you know this is not this is real life happening in real time. So okay, guys. So listen. So my 2-year-old somehow went into the freezer and got herself some ice cream. Okay, it's Sunday morning. It's almost 9:30, and she's digging into ice cream. Okay, so Kendra, if you're watching, I need you to come down and get these girls. Anyway, all right. Sorry for the interruption. Back to our regular scheduled programming. So, what one today is worth 2 tomorrows, because what I am to be, I am now becoming. So that's what I want you to be thinking about is, what are you in the process of becoming? How are you unfolding your life? And if you are not doing that today, if you are not implementing that focus today, the tomorrow that you desire, the person that you want to be, the things that you want to have, the things that you want to do, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen by accident, right? So here's the thing. The critical thing is that we have to get started, right? So we want to always start with ourselves. We need to start early, start small, and start now. You know, I love that Michael Jackson song several years ago. I love a lot of Michael Jackson songs, actually. Matter of fact, if you love Michael Jackson music, just put a comment in the chat so I know that I'm not the only one. But the song that I love was the Man in the Mirror. You know, he said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to make a change. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and you make that change. If you want your life to be a better life, you've got to make the change. You've got to make some decisions right now. And so guys, the topic that I'm really teaching from comes really from a lesson that John Maxwell shared in this book. This book is called Today Matters. As a matter of fact, this is the book Today Matters. And so the ideas that I'm teaching from here, some of them come from this content, okay? And essentially what John talks about there is the whole idea of us making critical decisions early and then managing daily. Because the truth is that the biggest gap between knowing and doing, the biggest gap in the world is the gap between knowing and doing. Because all of us knows things that we could do, and if we would do, it would make our lives better. But the reality is that many times we find ourselves not doing the things that we know to do. So it's not really an absence of information. Many times it's an absence of making a commitment. So here is the thing. The way that we create a masterpiece out of our lives is to make decisions and manage them daily. Because what John Maxwell says is that good decisions minus daily discipline is a plan without a payoff. So if you make good decisions, but you don't have the discipline to implement them on a daily basis, you've got a plan, but there's no payoff to your plan. And he says that if you have daily discipline, but you don't make good decisions, then you've got regimentation without reward. But when you marry good decisions with daily discipline, then you have a masterpiece of potential. And so each of us, you and I, have the ability to make a masterpiece out of our life when we make good decisions, but then we manage those decisions daily. The reality is, my friends, is that most people don't lead their life. The average person is sleepwalking their way through life. And even with this coronavirus right now, so many people are just going through the motions. They're waiting for coronavirus to go away. There are opportunities in the midst of adversity, and there's some advantages that can be had right now if you will take the driver's seat in your own life, right? So don't just sleepwalk your way through life. Lead your life. Make the decisions about what you want to accomplish, and then think about what you can do every single day. And that requires you to focus. All of this is coming back down to focus, my friends. It's all about where you plant your energy. So I think this book, Today Matters, I would highly recommend everyone get it. It's a game changer. In this book, John talks about the daily dozen. And so this daily dozen are 12 decisions that he recommends 12 areas of your life that you make decisions on early and you manage them daily. So he says, make a decision around your attitude, your priorities, your health, your family, your thinking, your commitment, your finances. Yes, make decisions around your finances, decisions on your faith, decisions on relationships, generosity, values, and personal growth. He says to make decisions early and manage them daily. Because the thing is that we can all make decisions, but if we're not managing those decisions daily, we don't get the fruit out of even making the decision. It's like you haven't even made the decision. So here's the thing. I'm not going to be much longer. For the rest of the time, I want to focus on finances. Okay. One of the best decisions that you can make, my friends, is to manage your finances properly. So what John says here is to make and properly manage your dollars. And the only way that you do that, the only way that you and I do that, is that we have to have a focus on our money every single day. No, I'm not talking about worshiping money. I'm not talking about that. But what I am suggesting to you is that focusing on your finances today gives you options tomorrow. Statistics show that the average American no more than 2 paychecks away from being in a bad situation. Most people are not saving for retirement. Most people don't have a financial game plan. And yet, my favorite book, the Bible, says that money answers all things. I don't know how you navigate life without money, so I can't afford to be irresponsible when it comes to managing I can't afford to be sleepwalking my way through life and not managing my finances properly, because I want to have options tomorrow. Don't you want to have options tomorrow? Don't you want to be able to travel? Don't you want to be able to give? Don't you want to be able to bless people? Don't you want to be able to have the house that you want to have and drive the car that you want to drive? Don't you want to be able to be an example that others can look to? That only happens when you give it your focus. So I want to encourage you that, you may not be where you want to be financially. I'm not where I want to be financially. The place that I envision myself to be is a whole lot further than where I am today. But you know what? I'm making decisions today about that. So if you want to have options tomorrow, you can't afford to just be willy-nilly with your money. You've got to have a plan. You've got to make some critical decisions so that you can be in a place tomorrow that you have options. If you don't have options today, then you need to start making some decisions today. One decision that you could make is about saving for an emergency fund. Now, a few weeks ago, I taught about different financial models, and most financial management models and personal finance models always will talk about having an emergency fund. One easy decision that you could make is to just save 10% of your income systematically. One decision you could make that would really serve you when it comes to your finances, that would really, really help you, is to automate your savings. So rather than waiting and trusting yourself, because some of us trust ourselves too much, rather than trusting ourselves so much, how about you just put it on auto draft? How about you do an automatic transfer to a savings account, so it takes the thinking out of it? This is the same reason why 401ks work, because you know what, we tend to spend what we have access to. So if the money's gone before you have it to spend, you know what you do? You make the adjustment. How about you make the decision to start, if your employer has a retirement investment plan, a 401k, how about you make the decision to start contributing to it? How about you make the decision to pay off some of that debt? Not to make minimum payments. How about that? How about you actually start working your way to pay that debt off? Because for many of us, that keeps us up at night, causes us to lose sleep. How about you make the decision to create a budget? The B word. Yes, I said it. Budget, budget, budget. If you don't like the word budget, let's call it a spending plan. But let me tell you this, you need one, because when the money hits your account, however you get paid, that is the wrong time to start deciding what you're going to do with it. You should know where every dollar is going before it even hits your account. How about a decision to maybe start having some conversations with some financial advisors? If you don't necessarily understand money that well, maybe you should connect with someone competent. And don't just go with the first guy, because there's a whole lot of financial advisors out here claiming to be a financial advisor, but they're just a financial salesperson. They're selling you a financial product. They're not really advising you. So be careful. Maybe one of the decisions that you could make is to get some life insurance. How about disability insurance? What happens if something happens to you and you're not able to work? What are you going to do? Maybe if you haven't owned a home yet, maybe the time is now to start working on your credit. I've said those things before, but there are decisions that you can make today to give you options tomorrow. If your life as it exists today is not the life that you would love to finish with, then you've got to make some decisions to change your results. Let me, here's what's interesting. There was a survey that was done on I'm gonna you know what, this is funny. I'm gonna skip a few slides for you so you can see. I want to share something for you. So this is hilarious to me. Let me get there. So I'm talking about financial planning. So there was a survey that was done several years ago. Watch this. So this survey that was done was around what most Americans would do for $10 million. And before you judge anybody too quick, ask yourself what you would do for $10 million. And here's what the answers are. Here's what the answers are. What would you do for $10 million? 25% of the people surveyed responded that they would abandon their entire family. Now, I don't know what your family is like, but $10 million isn't enough money for me to leave my family. But hey, I don't know. How about this? 23% of people said that they would become prostitutes for a week. Can you imagine that? 23% said they would prostitute themselves for a week for $10 million. 16% said that they would give up their American citizenship. Another 7% said that they would kill a stranger for $10 million. And 3% of the people said that they would give up their kids for adoption. Look, I love my kids, and some days they challenge me, but boy, people would give up their kids for $10 million. There are probably some of you that are saying, I would give up my kids for less than $10 million. Give me half of that. Give me a third of that. That just goes to show that people have such a focus on money that they would compromise their values for the sake of money. And you know what? You don't have to compromise your values. You just have to give it your focus and manage those decisions that you make. You got to make those decisions early, manage them every single day. So you have to focus on today, because today matters. How you manage your money, how you spend your time, where you're investing your energy, all of it matters. I could take this conversation in any direction right now. I could talk about health. I could talk about relationships. I could talk about so many different things, but about finances, because this is really my finance class that I teach at New Beginnings Church. So many of you are watching because you're friends with me on Facebook Live, because this is streaming to my personal Facebook page. But here's the thing: finances touches every area of your life. And I want you to get your financial goals back in the center of your focus. If you have been distracted, and listen, many of us have been distracted because it's been a difficult season. It has been a really, really difficult season in life. And so many of us find ourselves not being able to really get back on track, And so for that reason, I've shared with you last week that next Saturday I'm going to be doing a 2-hour masterclass on focusing. The masterclass is called Recapturing Your Focus. It's free. I'm not even charging anybody for it. Normally for this type of teaching I would charge like $100 for it, but I'm not even charging for it, right? It's complimentary because I just want to help people. Now, the registration link will be placed in the comments. I should have had that here for me ready, but I'll place it in the comments, or if Kendra's watching, she will do that. But I want to help you, friends. I really, really, really want to help you. I want to help you regain your focus, because here's what I know. If I can help you regain your focus, I know that you'll be able to live a much more rewarding and productive life. I know that there are people that love you, that you are responsible to, that need you to be able to regain your focus so that you can be the best version of yourself for them, right? What I know is this: money doesn't change men. It merely unmasks them. And that's what the previous slide that I was showing you with the survey really speaks to, is that money just amplifies who you are, makes you more of who you are. And if you're struggling with your focus, if you find yourself that when you look at maybe some of your financial goals, you realize that you're not on track, if you're not moving closer towards your goals, you're not seeing yourself really being able to achieve the success that you want, it's probably because you've lost focus. And there's a better than average chance that each and every day your days are slipping between your fingers due to that lack of focus. And so in the masterclass that I'm doing this weekend, I'm going to be going deep. It's going to be real work, guys. So just so you know, I'm not just coming to teach and you're just listening to me. I've got a workbook that I've already prepared for you. And and I'm going to be sending it out later this week to all those people that registered. I want to invite you to come and join me in the masterclass. The masterclass, I'm only doing it because I want to help you, right? I'm not charging for it. Normally I would, because this is what I do for a living. I teach, I coach, I train, I speak, I mentor. That's what my life consists of, right? But I just want to help you. And what I said last week is that I was just going to do it on the honor system, right? I'm not charging anything up front. Even the workbook's free. Normally I would even charge for that or build it into the price. I'm not doing any of that. because I want to help you. And so what I said last week is that I still believe in the good of people. And if at the end of the workshop you believe that you got value out of it and you have a desire to support the work that I've done and the agent of change that I've been in your life, I know it's going to help you. There's no question. If you come and you commit to doing the work, you turn off your cell phone and you focus in and you do the assignments that I'm going to give you that we're going to work through together in the workshop next Saturday, you're going to find yourself getting traction. You're going to find yourself moving much closer towards your goals. You're going to find that you have now become unstuck. You know, Earl Nightingale says that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That implies movement, progressive realization. It means that you're incrementally moving yourself forward. And if you look at your life and you find that you haven't been moving forward, coronavirus and all of the dynamics, social distancing, and now made worse by the social unrest that we're seeing, if all those things have kind of got your mind all twisted up, but you know that you came into this year with some bigger goals and bigger visions and bigger dreams, and you need some help, I want to help you. I'm extending you an olive branch. All I'm asking is that when you come to the workshop, 1, that you register for the workshop, 2, that you show up for the workshop, 3, that you give me your all, that you give it your all, that you give, not even give me, that you commit to yourself that when you come to the workshop on Saturday, that you are going to play full out, that you're going to do the work, you're going to do the assignments, you're going to engage in the exercises and in the discussion, because I really, really want to help you. And what I said was that if you come to the workshop, it's completely complimentary. If you want to support the work that I'm doing, you can feel free to give a donation of any amount. No charge though. And listen, and if you're not able to, that's okay. I still love you. I still value you. I am a servant at heart. I'm doing this because I want to serve you. And I know that if I can help you to begin to get your focus, I know that then from that place, you can start to focus on your money and you can begin to change the dynamics of your life. You can focus on your relationships. You can focus on your health. If I can help you to regain your focus, then the vision that you came into 2020 with is still possible. So really what I'm trying to do with the workshop is I'm trying to help you get that 2020 focus. That's it, right? That's all I'm trying to do. And so friends, I hope that this time that we've had together has served you. I hope that a little bit of what I've shared has made some sort of impact on you. Listen, I do this on a regular basis only because I really, really really love to help people. I love teaching. And listen, I believe in you. I'm a person of faith. I know that God has purpose for your life, but for that purpose to become manifested, you have got to focus. And not only do you have to focus, but you have to focus on what you're doing every single day. There's a book that I read, and the author is a phenomenal guy. His name is Brian Moran. The book is called The 12-Week Year. I've shared that book with the finance class, and it's an amazing book. One of the concepts that he teaches in that book, well, there's a couple of concepts. I could probably teach that book too. But what he teaches the concept of accountability as ownership. Accountability as ownership. Right? That many of us have this perspective that accountability involves like being policed and someone like watching over you to make sure you do what you're supposed to do. No, that's not what accountability is. Accountability means I take ownership of my life. I take ownership of my results, that I have an internal locus of control, which means that I don't believe that my life is dictated by conditions and circumstances outside of myself. Having an internal locus of control means that I understand that as I go, as I make decisions, that is how my life changes, that the circumstances and environment that I find myself in, my current conditions and circumstances, are merely a reflection of decisions that I have made. And if I don't like my current environment and my current conditions and my current circumstances, then I have the ability, because God has given me the gift of free will, to make a different choice. I have the ability to make a different choice, and I have the capacity to live into it. And that's what I want for you. I want you to focus. I want you to focus on your money, because I know that impacts, many times it impacts your self-esteem. I remember what it was like to be broke. And when I was broke, I didn't have confidence. I didn't even really want to show up, right? It impacts you in ways that you can't tell. And so I want you to be able to start putting the pieces in place and making the decisions to be able to change your life. Listen, I don't love money, but money is a tool. And that's why I'm focused on it right here. Money is a tool. And I want to see you get better results in your life. And I know that it all is going to come back to daily focus. That's why the topic of focus is important. Some of you have been watching me for a few weeks, and some of you have been following me for a long time. And you know that I teach about money all the time. I teach about mindset and money all the time. The reason why I took the what might have seemed to you that I went off on a tangent with this topic of focus is because if you are not able to focus, then you're not going to accomplish anything in your life. And you're going to look back and you're going to have a life of regret. And with all that we're seeing and experiencing right now, particularly here in America, it matters. There's a lot of distractions. We find ourselves in a season of life where we're having to battle distractions day in, day out. And those distractions have many people sort of riddled with anxiety and depressed and struggling. And so I know that if I can help you focus, I know that I can help you change your life, and I know that I can help you change your results. And I believe that my purpose in life is to be an encourager to people. Every lesson I teach, at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, how can I encourage them? How can I help them? How can I serve them? And that's all that I'm trying to do. So I hope that this message has served you. I hope that the series that I've been doing on focus has served you. I hope that you've taken inventory of your life. I hope that you've looked at yourself and asked yourself the question that I asked you at the beginning of this. What's the primary cause of your results? The primary cause of your results, if you've not been able to answer the question, the primary cause of your results is your ability to focus and take action. Focus and take action. If you are stuck in any area of your life, and this might sound a little bit harsh, but I mean it from a place of love. If you are stuck in any area of your life, whether it be finances, whether it be health, whether you're stuck in your spiritual walk, if you are stuck in any area of your life, you have a procrastination problem. It's not an absence of knowledge. It's not an absence of ability. It's not an absence of talent. You have a problem with procrastination. And there's a better than average chance that if you have a problem with procrastination, if you're stuck somewhere in your life, it's because you are not focusing your energies so that you can take efficient and focused effort to move your life forward. I sure hope that you'll join me in the Capture Your Focus Masterclass. I sure hope that this message that I've been teaching for these last few weeks has served you. I sure hope that when you tune in, that the time that you have with me is valuable to you, because all I want to do is help you. So friends, I'm going to sign off now. I want to thank you for joining me. It really is an honor to have you here, to have you tune in with me. I know that you could be anywhere right now. You could be anywhere in the world right now. You could be tuning into anything. And so the fact that you've decided to spend these few minutes with me, I honor you for that. And I want to thank you for your time. And so again, my name is Damian Johnson, encouraging you to lead your life, not just live your life, to focus on what you do every single day, because your life moves in proportion to the actions that you take every single day. Your focus matters. You're important. I love you. I believe in you. And I sure hope I get to see you and spend some more time, more extended time with you in the next master class that we're doing on this Saturday. It's called Capturing Your Focus. I'll make sure that the link to register for the class gets posted in the comments. So come back here and check it out. But anyway, I want to wish you a wonderful Sunday. Have a great, great, great day. I'm going to go worship. I hope you're going to go worship. My pastor is the Reverend Dr. Michael L. Henderson. I'm at New Beginnings Church, nbccministries.org. If you want to come join us, I'm going to tune in and get a good word now. So whatever you're doing today, be safe. I love you. And I want to say goodbye for now. Thanks for being with me, friends. Take care.